It is called a what? Whole life policy. So at that moment, you know it's a whole life policy. Boom. Funny banking rules. The 5 funny banks can be used, right? Refrigerator story could be used, which we go over, right? But there's what are you looking for to show them in their policy? So there's some things you need to know before you go to showing them anything. So when did she actually get it? She got her policy when? In April of 2014. So she at least had this policy for the last 10 years. It's very important to know when did she get it. Why? Because there's gonna come a time when you go to show a premium, a quote. Well, she's 10 years older than she was that day, right? I believe she's 31. 30, yeah, she's younger than me. 31. She got this when she was 21 years old. The price might be a little different now that she's 31 years old. Does that make sense? But like for Brittany saw I did today, I'll show you guys how to close people on this. I was letting them, hey, if you'd have sat down with me 10 years ago, I also showed a quote what it would have looked like if you were 21 with me, and then what the difference would have been in the IRA, and what you would have had in the IRA 10 years from now. But we don't even know that. What's important is she got this in 2014. It got the policy number. If you're doing a replacement, that's where you would need to put that information in. But then it got the initial face amount. So 10 years ago, she started a life insurance coverage, and she's covered for what? $74,000, $815 to be exact. But funny thing is, yesterday she thought she was covered for $274,000, $275. I'm gonna show you what they did to make it look like that. Yeah, you know. So yeah, she's covered for $74,000. I always show people this too. Always showing this on the cover page. This is what I say to people: 99% of people don't read their policies. And I tell them on the front cover, what does it say? Dear policy owner, what does it say? Read your policy what?
Carefully.
And then I say to them, did you know 99% of people never read their policies? Some try, they'll open it, see words and numbers, they close it, and they go what? Put it in a certain drawer somewhere. Put it somewhere that's what? Important, and they say, hey, I'm gonna make sure I pay for this every month, right? Now, and I'll show you universal, none of this, okay. Always know what you're looking for. So in the table of contents, when I get to this page, what am I looking for? I need to know exactly where to go to find the what? The loans. So this is gonna show you, here you got life benefits, right? A cash value is a benefit for their life. So if you scroll down here, I'm sure it's gonna be on here somewhere, because this is my first time looking at this with you guys. So just show you guys, just like you are now. Oh, borrowing against this policy. Right to make loans. First thing I say to them, and I'm gonna get to this page and I'll show what you do, but you let them know, Mr. and Mrs. Client, did you know your policy said this word in it? And they're like, what word? The word what? Loan. I let them know your policy should never say the word what? Loan. Because what is it that you're loaning? I'm warming up the what? The cash value conversation. And then I'm letting them know, did you know when you're paying for this every month, a portion of your money's paying for the $74,000, but another portion of your money's going into what? The cash value, but you're the one putting money in there, and then you're gonna have to loan your what? Your own money. A lot of them don't know that. You know they think they're borrowing from the $74,000, the coverage. That's what they're thinking. So I need to find where the what? Loan is. And what's another reason for you to know what a loan is? 5 funny banking rules. So when you write down the 5 funny banking rules, you could show them exactly on the policy how the 5 funny banking rules, each rule was in there. Does that make sense? And we're gonna go over the 5 funny banking rules. So I'll go in here, and what are some important things for me to know? All right, I'm gonna go through the basics of the policy. We're gonna go through every page really. All right, boom, find out what the loans is, cash surrender values, partial surrenders, how they pay, right? The how they pay page, they might get down to saying the 6 months deferred on that part, right? That benefit, interest on the benefit. All right, boom, 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 boom. All right, cool. Know your table of contents so you can find out the things you're looking for. So, she bought the policy when she was 23. Initial face amount, 5,000. Minimum paid up life insurance amount. Minimum face amount. Increase. Initial premium, total annual premium. All right. Well, as you're going through all this, they're just breaking down annual premium, all initial, total initial premium. Well, find the total initial premium where it comes down to the monthly. She is paying $59.66 every month. So she paid basically $60 a what? A month for life insurance, right? Now, that's important to know. For $74,000, she's paying $60 a month. She got waiver premium. Boom. There goes the page, ladies and gentlemen. So this is the cash value page right here. Man, bro, they expect her to live to 2,112. No comment on that.
They expect her to live to what?
2,112.
Huh?
Oh no, you see the dates of the cash value.
Oh, what? I'm not even living to Friday.
Now they will up to See, as you can see, so this is a straight up whole life, right? So as of right now, we're in 2020 what? Four. So she's been paying $60 a month, about $720 a year, and she did that for the last 10 years. So $720 for the year. She's paid about $7,200 in the last 10 years for this policy, right? But as you can see, when it came to her cash value, as of April 2024, she should have about $4,592 in the policy, right? But rule number one on the 5 funny bankings. So you gotta explain to people like this. So what I always write is this: Mrs. and Mr. Client, do you understand how cash value works? And what do you think the response is? No. So I'm letting them know, when you went to go purchase life insurance, they gave you a savings component called a cash value. So it's like you bought a bank with your what? Your life insurance. So you're gonna be banking your money with your policy, right? So then I would write cash value bank and put a line under cash value bank, and I let them know there's 5 rules you need to know when you bank your money with cash value. Because they understand banking. Does that make sense? All right. Well, in the cash value bank, rule number 1, for 0 to 3, I put 0-3, for 0 to 3 years. And after I write years, I put money sign 0. Now, Mr. and Ms. Client, most of these policies, within the 1st to 3rd year, you're only allowed to take $0 out of there. Right? Rule number 2, and I'm going to show you guys how you can point out all the stuff in their policy. Rule number 2, I put interest. After the 0 to 3 years, you'll start earning interest on your savings of 1 to 5%. So I put interest and I put 1-5%. So I let them know that. So Mr. and Mrs. Client, after the 0 to 3 years, however long your loading period is, once you get past your loading period, they'll start growing your cash value for you, your money in the bank with them for you. And you'll be earning from either 1 to 5% interest. Rule number 3. Rule number 3, I put loan, LOAN. And then next to loan, I put 6-10%. So rule number 3, Mr. and Mrs. Client, whenever you need money from this bank, you put the money in there, but they're gonna make you loan your what?
Money.
And then they're gonna charge you 6 to 10% on that loan. So Mr. and Mrs. Client, we'll be growing your money from 1 to 5%, rule number 2. But whenever you need money, you're gonna have to loan the money from this bank and pay back 6 to 10%. Does that make sense? And at that moment, it's gonna make sense to them, but they're kind of be looking at you like what? For real? What? Rule number 4.
You writing it down, Carlos?
If you're drawing.
Rule number 4. Put 6 months. So, Mr. and Mrs. Client, whenever you need money from this bank, we can take up to what? 6 months to send you that money. Right? What does that mean? Well, let's say you needed to do Christmas shopping. And you know December's coming up. Please call us in June to give us 6 months at a time to make sure the money came for Christmas. That's what that means. Now, is there a way you could get the money sooner than that? There's only one way that you can get the money sooner than that. Is if, let's say 1 month came and you couldn't pay the life insurance. Well, we'll let you what? Expeditely take money out this bank to pay for your what? Your policy. Yeah, that's the only way. No, the automatic premium is something different. That's if you miss your grace period. Yeah, then they still gonna take money. But let's just say you was like, you called like, hey, I realized I'm not gonna be able to make the money this month. Can I take some money out of my cash value? Oh, no problem. Yes, we'll have that money for you tomorrow to pay for your what? For your policy. But if you needed anything else outside the bike policy, like you needed money, yeah, we'll take up to 6 months and send it to you. Rule number 5. Okay. Rule number 5. I put next to that, I keep it.
Oh yeah. Keep your own cash.
So, Mr. and Mrs. Client, remember how you had your life insurance coverage of $74,000? Basically, I would know what the amount is because I'm looking at their policy, right? In the event, if something were to happen to you, Mr. and Mrs. what? Client, we're going to give your family the $74,000. But all the money that you have saved in your what? In the bank, the company's going to keep it. Then at the bottom of those rules, put an X with a line. Put an X with a line, and then you pass them the pen. You say, hey, could you sign right here, please, so I can put this policy in place for you? Now, some of them go to grab the pen out your hand, and you let them know, like, after I just explain these things to you, this exactly work. You would really sign this? And then most of them be like, no. Be like, well, that's what you did with this what? Here, let me show you. And then now I'm on the cash value page. Well, what's rule number 1? For the first what? 0 to 3 years, how much money can you take out of there? Well, guys, what do you see here? She bought in 2014. Year 1, there's money in there, but how much did she take?
0.
Year 2, 0. Year 3, it's within those time frames. Now, will you see some that's like 1 year? Yeah, but at least for 1 to 3 years, they can only take out 0. I done seen some policies, don't be shocked if you've seen it more than 3 years. Some of them are 6 years. The worst one I ever seen was 10 years.
Dang.
It was straight 0 like this for 10 years. You know, like.
That's crazy.
I know. Now, also too, what I'll let them know is this. Well, by your 3rd year, remember she's paying $720 a month. You take your calculator out. If you don't know how to do math in your head, and you type in $720 is your annual premium times 3 years, that means what? This person already paid over $2,160 for this policy. And I told them, someone told you this was a great way to save money, right? Someone told you this was a great way to save money, right? But Mr. and Mrs. Klein, look here. You already done paid $2,000 and what? $120, and $60, and you only got how much you can take out of there? $303. I'm like, man, did you make money or did you lose money? But think about it, these guys are telling me this is a great way to invest money. You won't lose your money. Don't do the stock market thing. You know, like, a lot of ways that are promoting. So, but we're in April of what? 2024. So she already done paid over $7,200 for this. And she only got what? $4,000. Alright. So, how do you find out what interest she's earning on here? You gotta get past this part.
You got a highlighter with you?
Not here.
Oh, right here.
Loan rate, what the interest rate is. I borrowed against this policy, right? Well, this they're just literally telling the client straight up on this page. You have the right to make loans, Mr. and Mrs. Client. Did you know you can make loans on your? And then, what are you loaning from? Well, remember that cash value page I was just showing you? You're putting money in there, but they're gonna make you what? Loan your money. And then there be some people, guys. However you come up with the example of explaining what a loan can be, because even to some people, they keep letting it be life insurance and finance in their head. Like, they know doggone well what a loan is, but for some reason, when it's on a policy and it says loan, they're still a little confused. So you come up with a story, like, I always use, you put $100 under your bed. You know, like, you could say you put $100 in a shoebox. Like, just use anything. Show them that they took their money, put it somewhere, and let's just say I put $100 in my shoebox, right? And then I needed $50, and I remembered I got $100 in my what? In my shoebox. So I go and open up the shoebox, I grab $50, and in the shoebox out of nowhere it told me, hey man, you have to borrow that money, that's a loan. So you're gonna have to pay us back your $50 with interest. I'm gonna look at my shoebox like, what are you talking about? I put this money here. If I need my money, I can just take my money and go, right? And I tell Mr. and Miss Klein, wouldn't that sound crazy? Could you imagine your shoebox saying that to you? They're like, yeah, what the heck? I'm like, yeah, that's what the policy's saying to you. Mr. and Mrs. Klein, you just put money in here. But if you need your money, you have to. And at that moment, they go, oh, I don't know why, bro, but you got to use like stuff like that with them, you know, because make it seem very common sense to them, you know, because to them, they're thinking it's life insurance, so they think it's something complicated. It's really not. So, as you can see on here, all right, I want to borrow against the policy to them, maximum amount, no further premium. So, here it goes here. This policy has a fixed interest loan rate of what?
Damn.
What does rule number 3 says? 6%.
Actually, what's the most they could charge in Florida?
10%.
For the loan?
It's 8%.
8.
The annuity is 10.
Annuity is 10%. Annuity, on the thing I just remember, like annuity is higher than the loan.
Life
I can
insurance.
talk, yeah.
And knowing the 5 funny bank rules, because it says 5 to 8, you already know, okay, 8% is the highest. So if it was 10, it would have said 5 to 10. They could charge 5 to 10% interest.
We need the SIE, so annuity.
You could use it with your life insurance. You could sell it with your life insurance license.
Oh, I got an annuity too.
So what annuity would you need your investment license to sell?
Variable.
Oh, here it goes, guys. It was on the cash value page. I'm sorry, guys.
She got an annuity.
Hey, they so slick, man.
Annuity's like,
Yo, they threw it to down here. Here it goes, guys.
like a college thing.
So this is what this policy is earning.
Outlive your money.
It's on the cash value page. I was wondering why it wasn't on this first page. That's because they want you to go all the way until the last year of 2,112, when she would have $74,000 saved in there. But it says it right here. Her interest rate she's earning is 4%. So as you can see, growing that 1 to 5, but they charge you 6 to what? To 10. So, Mr. and Ms. Client, they're growing your policy at what? 4%. But then you show them, but if you take money out, you gotta pay them 6%. And as you can see, that's how they're starting to understand the 5 funding bank rules working for. Now, hey, they're gonna question you might get on the test today. Look, so I mean, this is something you could crush them on too. I never use it, but this is something you could crush them on too. You know, because it is pretty crazy. Like, I'm saving money in a savings, and let's just say I missed my grace period. I didn't pay my policy. You guys are gonna go into the savings automatically and pay my what? Pay my policy, but you still charge me a what?
You used it yesterday. You crushed it yesterday.
Yeah.
That's what got her too. When he said that, that was the one that got her.
Like, could you? I'm gonna say it's a good thing to crush them. It's just not in the 5 funny banking rule, but it's something like, come on, bro. Like, you kept the. What if I didn't want to pay it, right? But you kept my policy in place, and then you gonna hit me with a loan on it?
You made the 500 bank road live?
You said what?
You made that up?
Nah, man. Everything we used in Prime America, we took it from.
I'm saying like the name of it, 500 bank road.
No. Everything I use here, I bought copy. I learned it.
No, you made the shoebox though.
And the 2 water bottles.
And the 2 water bottles, yeah.
That's a good example, bro. I'm taking that.
Yeah, I made them grab together. Now, I actually got the 2 water bottles. Remember Art Women's the Best? He was bringing out knee ass screw, right? There was a cop guy. I'll show you how to video. Yeah, he used his shoes. He would go to client's house and take his shoes off and smack it on the table. Look, let me show you how this works, right? And then he was like, yeah, he's like, your right shoe, that's your life insurance. Your left shoe, that's your cash value, right? And he like, and what they do is, and he took the shoelaces and he tied up both, he put both foots together. So when you buy a cash value policy, you gotta walk like this. He's like, cause they can't what? They can't separate. And they like, and then something happens to you, you die, they gonna untie the shoes and give you family right shoes.
Why are you taking them off of here?
But
He smacks it on the table.
Put them on, yeah.
But
Like,
he
you would
didn't-
never get a Haitian client.
Nah, man.
Wow.
But he like,
I
here in
gotta
Prime
listen.
America,
You disrespecting them.
and he like, here in Prime
That is-
America,
that
what
is-
we do is, we give you the right shoe, left shoe, foot too. We give you a mutual fund term, but we don't tie the shoes together so you can actually what? And he show you can walk. Oh yeah, but it's like the most funniest thing ever. But I'm not gonna lie to you, I saw the video, I'm like, oh.
Don't do that, bro.
But I knew I wasn't taking off. I knew I wasn't taking off my shoe. I almost thought about taking off the shoe when I was first doing it, but I had water bottles on me. So what I used to do, she'll tell you, I used to drink one right in front of them so it could be empty. And then I had a full water bottle, and then I would show them, hey, this water bottle got a top on it. This your life insurance. You could never touch this money unless somebody died. This water bottle, I took the top off. I'm like, see, it's empty. Every month you pay, you're filling up what? You're paying for both bottles, but this one slowly start getting water in there. Cause yeah, I wasn't taking off my shoe, bro. But I'll show y'all that video.
Oh, y'all should gotta untie it. Ain't nobody doing all that.
He was actually a cop, and he got a funny story too. He was like, he was so mad. He called that guy that showed him the cash value over, and then he was a cop, so he said when the guy came, he had a gun on the kitchen table. He like, hey man, don't be worried, man. I just always keep guns everywhere. We like, look, you're gonna sit down here today, and you're gonna explain to me why you sold me this.
Hell no.
Wow.
I'm trying to find the 6 month. It should be in here. They might be on the withdrawal pick. I know I saw something on withdrawal. Yeah, take care.
I heard a story about a man chasing after a thief for his life.
He crazy.
Gary Cornigan.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got his ring. Somebody stole his car. They had bought a Benz too, and they took his ring.
Sure did.
So he
Took
like,
his ring in his car.
yeah, but when the cops were chasing him, he was telling them he like ran down with the cops
Yeah, he did.
and got there. He didn't care about the guy stealing the car. He said when he got to the cops like, look man, did he have this ring on him? And the cops were like, what ring? You talking about this ring right here that we found? He was like, yeah man, that's all I cared about. And the cops were like, what's so special about this ring? He's like, man, this ring means you make $100,000. The cop was like, 100,000 in like production? Like, no man, like cash, like for the year. I'm like, for real? Like, yeah, look man, I'll take your number down, I'll call you later. You know, but he's like, I'm just glad that guy didn't take my ring.
Cop ended up working with him.
Yeah, the cop in there, yeah. Oh, right here we go. Other bar rules. It's right in our face. All right, guys, you ready? Thank God y'all made me look at the premium one.
Oh
Barring
my
against
gosh, I just missed the phone.
the client. You said I said borrowing against the policy? We were just on this page, right? Literally on the next page. Other borrowing rules. This says that we may what? Except
For a loan.
To us, that's crazy. They say that. They tell you that.
yeah, I'm not making this up. So what rule is that?
Borrowing.
That's rule number 4.
What?
Yeah. Now, guys, think about this. You know how many people just go off of what the agent say by mouth? I had clients that told me, literally, as it says on fine printed policy, oh no, that's not how the agent explained it to me. That's not what the agent told me. He like, and I tell the client, right here, sir. Right, this part right here.
What's the name of the page called again? Borrowing.
Yeah, the loan. You go to the loan page. It's always on the on the table of contents. It's always on the loan page. Yeah. So I have clients. They'll argue with you,
Yeah.
and they try to argue with you that their policy can't work like that because the agent didn't say that to them. And I tell them, yo, the agent got paid. I told Mr. and Mrs. Klein, it doesn't matter what an agent say to you. An agent can say anything by mouth, but when you go to court, the judge is gonna look at the fine print, and the judge is gonna see your signature on this document here, and the judge is gonna say to you, Mr. and Mrs. Klein, did you not see this says right here on this page right here? And what are you gonna say? The agent told me this. The judge gonna be like, Mr. and Mrs. Klein, you signed it. So you always go what's on what? Fine print. Does that make sense? But yeah. And then the worst, he showed them this. Rule number what? 5. They keep it, right? So, Mr. and Mrs. Klein,
That's on the paper too.
yeah, it's a cash surrender. You only get one.
Cash
Family
surrender.
don't get both. I don't know, like the beneficiary don't get the cash value. Why do the beneficiary don't get the cash value?
Because it's for you.
I'm
No,
not
you ready?
ready knowing. I'm just saying.
It's for their-
That's why. Ready? It's a what?
Because if you show them that too.
It's a what?
Life benefit.
It ain't a death benefit.
Mm.
Only thing the beneficiary get is the what? If you want to go with the death benefit, Mr. Klein, there's a whole section for just the what?
Death benefit.
That's the only thing the beneficiary get. Who is this life benefit for then?
You.
The policy owner. That's why the loan section is with the what? The life benefits. Oh, you thought your family was gonna get the cash value too? No, that's for you. But you not here no more. So what do? They keep it.
That's the main point my uncle was making, right?
Yeah.
She was like, wow, so I'm making all this money and savings and my people's coming together.
I just feel bad, bro. She already paid $17,000 for that, bro.
How much her death benefit is?
Yeah, and then she got 12,000 in her cash value, but she can only walk away with 8. Why? Surrender what? And how many years she gotta wait until she don't have to pay the surrender charge no more? 15 years. Yeah, a total of 15 years.
It's insane.
That's why you see universal life when you're taking a test. There's between whole life and universal life. Remember how universal life it said comes with partial surrenders? What do they mean by partial surrenders? You're partially surrendering some of your cash value too if you go to surrender. They ain't gonna let you walk away with all of it.
15 years, dude.
Yeah. So yeah, you can show her, hey, by 2069, which is another what? What's 2024, 40 years? So another 45 years from now, you at least had what, 50,000 saved? But 45 years from now, she's 30 something, right? 31. You'll be like, Mr. Klein, you're 76 years old. Lights click out. Something happens to you. Well, your family's gonna get the what? The 74,000. But how much are they keeping? 50,000. So how much did they really give your family? 24,000. Now they might have seen a check for $74,000, but your family didn't know you had another 50 saved when you were 76 years old. That's why they sell this kind of product. Either way, they're gonna win. And let's just say, Mr. and Mrs. Klein, you wanted the whole 50,000 at that moment. You wanted your cash back. Well, you could take the whole 50,000, but guess what you got to surrender to the company? The life insurance. That's why it's called cash surrender. We'll give you that cash, but you gonna surrender that life benefit. At that moment, how I just explained that and showed that to you. What do you think is going through their mind right now? The same thing you seen in there, the same thing you saw. There came a point, man, I was talking in there, your aunt got to the point like, okay, what can you do for
like interrupted every time I know. I need to change it.
Yeah, what can you do for me? Like they're literally saying stuff like, do I cancel it now? Like, do I cancel this now? You know, like
Yo, she interrupted.
what do I like? I get it. They got me.
Yeah.
They got me. You know what I mean? But the thing is, bro, they really what? Got people. So first thing first, right? How do we win? How do we fix something like this? Well, simple. All right, Carlos, come sit up here. Mathematically, we always win here in primary. Always. Oh, matter of fact, no, you don't. No, you don't. What I'm doing, bro? I'm on an iPad. I'm on an iPizzle. For shizzle, my nizzle. I think I had a 2 o'clock kizzle.
Lyrical, schmerical, terrible.
Yeah, bro. Sound like a hater.
My fault, bro.
Oh shit. Had a 2 o'clock with a teammate too. Nigga named Matthew.
Hello?
Hey,
Hey, what's up?
not much. I know for the 2 o'clock with Matthew, right?
Yeah.
All right. See if like 2:50 or 2:30 will be okay with them. I'm just finished.
Okay. So I texted to see you mentioned anything to me, so hold on, let me.
Yeah, call him and see if he's good. Call me back and let me know if he's good actually for today for us.
I'll keep calling you right now.
Oh, he is? Okay.
Keep it on five. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
So cool.
Okay. Dun, 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 dun. What the what? The fuck? Okay.
What you want me to do, bro? I was watching that. I was like, bro, does he have a, cause you know when they talk to the spirit dragon? The jade?
What anime is that?
Fairy tale.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be
yeah.
seeing stuff like, hey, security's life.
What's that, man? I already asked you that. I'm fine.
Bro, yeah, bro. I didn't show you that I
No,
do like
bro.
custom
Think
AirPod
about
Pro
for
covers.
art, for art.
Huh?
Hey, you know what? I wonder if they'll let you do a hypothetical if you're not investing like they should, bro. Why get on yours?
On mine?
If they could let you guys do this, why don't you guys get licensed? I want to see something with
Yo, that's tough, bro.
Bro, let me make you some. You got AirPod Pro covers? Like AirPod Pro, like headphones?
You know, well, it's happening, but
You
I'm
think
just
the,
saying, like,
you think the music will be
Like yeah, I do at the crib.
it won't be the same.
Let me make some for you.
Who knows
You
what
already dance like one, you talk like one.
What's your favorite anime?
One Piece? No, I got a whole bunch. But like,
I'm saying, what's your favorite?
oh, I like a whole bunch. I like it's different.
My fault.
Yo, my dogs be grill.
Dragon Ball Z, Death Note, and Jujutsu
One on our
Kaisen.
team.
And she even hold the phone like that.
Hunter x Hunter is pretty cool.
Got a
She got the
winner.
arms
Sword Art Online.
Yeah, I'm back on that. We made a couple of them.
She hold it. It's because she hold it. It's the way she does.
That's mommy.
So, Vlad, that was the whole breakdown. 5 rules of funny banking.
Yeah, cause like
But after that,
Yeah, after that,